Hello everybody and welcome to the 34th episode of this Burnley FIFA 16 career mode. A centre picture which comes from Villa Park as we take on fourth from bottom Aston Villa, who are now of course managed by Remy Gard, and when results need to take a turn for the better for Villa. They are a tough proposition at Villa Park, believe it or not. They might be fourth from bottom, but they do have a very good side. And there will be no pushovers, that's for sure. We're coming into this off the back of a 5-1 victory in episode 33, of course, against Watford. Now we've got to follow that up with another away performance, because City is still breathing down on X. They're still 3 points behind us. If we slip up and they win, it could well be a tough old. It could be a tough old weekend. We'll be back level on points again. But let's get over to Villa Park and join a 39, almost 41,000 crowd for Aston Villa against the Clarets. Hello there, good afternoon, and welcome here in this even in the middle of December. It's quite a sunny Villa Park here today as Burnley take on Aston Villa. Last time Burnley came to Villa Park they won 1-0. This is the Aston Villa side. Sarkic is preferred to Brad Guzan in goal. Gabriel Bongohor plays up front with Carlos Hill, Scott Sinclair and Charles Nzombia providing the bullets. Sanchez and Guy are the two holding midfielders. Burnley make two alterations. Michael Keane comes in for the injured Scott Dan, who's out for 2 months. Will Hughes gets his place back, and Jack Grealish, the former Villa man, drops to the bench. Yannick Bolasie goes to the left. And the man that Villa have to watch out for, Danny Ings. Of course, he got the hat-trick against Watford in the previous game. Will he do the same here at Villa Park? Capacity crowd, 3,000 have travelled from Lancashire. They're all in the Doug Ellis stand away to my right hand side. Burnley in the change strip of yellow with claret shorts, and of course Villa in the Burnley colours themselves. They also wear claret and blue for their home shirts, of course, as you well know. Burnley in the first half attacking the old end, giving away to Bakuna. Flanagan, Ings for the first time shot wide of the target, but I think the flag was up for offside anyway. Yep, just offside there. So referee assistant was quite right to give it. Free kick to Aston Villa. Carlos Sanchez. Chizelka. Sanchez again. Tries one challenge. John Flanagan. To Joey Barton. Smith. Hughes back in the side after serving that 1 game ban for that very harsh red card at Manchester City a week or 2 back. Hughes winds it up with the right foot. Good save by Sarkic. To scramble away to his left hand side, and he turned it behind the young goalkeeper, wearing number 62. Shirt numbers on the back of goalkeepers' tops have come a long way since it was just the bog standard number 1. Joey Barton with the first corner then for Burnley, plugged it in, and a man on 3 on the bow in around 7 or 8 yards out. It was Michael Keane, and he got up, but he just lacked the accuracy. Look at that. Remy Gard will not be pleased about that defending at all. A good turnout from Villa, who is sticking by their side through thick and thin at the moment. Here's Carlos Hill. Good running there by Hill. Still going, that's a dangerous cross, but turned away brilliantly by the Clarets. Here's Ings to Gale. It's a nice ball out to the far side, and Bentaleb is taking delivery of the ball. Michael Rich is doing magnificently well. Here's Charles Nzogbia. Carlos Hill. Oh, he's playing well on the right hand side, Hill. And he's got a Bonglahor waiting in the middle. Oh, Nzogbia should have scored. The best move that Villa have fashioned in the match, 20 minutes in almost. And it was Charles Nzogbia. What a glorious opportunity for the Villa captain. Goaltender to say the 12th man, but that's where Burnley are attacking in the first half. Bakuna. Ghana. Another good ball. Go to Burnley. Named of course the Clarets, but playing in the yellow shirts today. Free kick for Villa. Slight infringement, so a chance for Villa to power people forward here for the set place, taken by Garner, and a header by Sanchez, well wide of target. Got a difficult trip up to Middlesbrough next week. It's also an early lunchtime game, of course, but that's not foremost in their minds at the moment there, Villa. Ings is there, but so too is Richards. Bakuna. Carlos Hill. And just about found Bakuna, but it showed too much to Flanagan. Barton. Hughes. Bentaleb. Barton shot. Oh, good save by Sarkic, and it's not gone in. Now, a lovely save in the first place from Sarkic, and then Dwight Gale, well, I was going to say scores for Burnley, but he's hit the stanchion instead, and it remains 0-0, and Sarkic's goal remains unblemished. And the old end breathed a collective sigh of relief there. Sanchez for Villa. Remember, starting the day 4th from bottom, but 3 points ahead of their West Midland rivals West Brom, and that's a good cross. At Bonglahor like it, and off the crossbar. It might have been Nzogbia, in fact. It might fall for Nzogbia, and he's hit it over the crossbar into the north stand. Goal kick for Burnley, but Nzogbia hit the bar from almost 2 yards out, and then when he had a second opportunity gifted to him, failed to take the opportunity. And it's still 0-0. Both goalkeepers with unblemished clean sheets, but both have come so close to conceding a goal. Nzogbia to Carlos Hill. Norwich 0, Liverpool 1. Here's Bonglahor. Good tackle there, but it's Smith away for Burnley. Now Yannick Bolasie. Nice ball to Ings. Got Gale up ahead. Gale trying to play Bentaleb down the near far side, but and Joey Barton couldn't get hold of it. Burnley's next match, you can see with us next weekend, is Norwich City at Turf Moor. Alex Neil's Norwich City, that is. What a game that's going to be. Nzogbia. Sanchez. 3 minutes at the end of the first half. Sanchez's cross is a dangerous one again. Flanagan's header. Heaton takes that very confidently, but it bowls it straight to Sanchez. Bonglahor. Bakuna, back to back Bonglahor once again. And Bakuna's in behind again. Bakuna! Oh, and he took a couple of deflections and it fell for Tom Heaton. Half-time whistle blown by Mike Jones, the referee. A game with so many chances, but pressure's on in the way of rewards. Danny Ings came close. Nzogbia hit the crossbar, but at half-time at Villa Park, it's Aston Villa 0, Burnley 0. Well, welcome back to Villa Park. Not just Not too far above Birmingham at the moment. North Birmingham, of course, the Aston area. Oh, it's a bad challenge, and the referee allowing it to go on because Carlos Hill has possession. Bentaleb gets it back to his captain. Now will Mark Jones book the Burnley player involved? We'll have to see in a moment or two, but the ball is still very much in play with Sanchez. I think Zoppia's got it behind and just whacks it wide. Great opportunity, and the referee going back and will book the Burnley player involved. It was Jordan Ibe in actual fact. Was a X-rated challenge that deserved a yellow card. Oh, certainly tripped in. And Villa make a change. Callum Wilson signed from Bournemouth. Replaces the ineffective Gabby at Bonglahore. He does know how to get a goal in the two in this division, Callum Wilson. He's got a history of doing that anyway. Coming up towards an hour gone at Villa Park. Still await the first goal. Zobbia for Villa. Now Wilson. Zobbia again. Joey Barton's challenge, but it's ball to Zobbia once more. Bakuna. Wilson. And Zobbia's shot. And again, Tom Heaton needed to make another good save. It's a good effort. First time it was going in. And Heaton got across to turn it over for a corner. Here comes the corner again. Smith defended it well. And it will be another Villa set piece. So got Sinclair going over to the far side to take it. Carlos Hill playing it in. And almost an own goal again. Burnley must be stopped being careless in the defence. And he sits up here. And the shot again deflected off Smith. And it's behind for another corner. And Villa Park here is buzzing, it's shaking to the foundations here. They haven't had too much to cheer at Villa Park this season. Another change for Villa. And Zobbia, who hit the crossbar, is going to be replaced by Westwood. Well, you had a little bit more fresh legs to the game for Villa. And it's going to be him to take the corner. Well, this time, in fact, it's Westwood now receiving the corner. The shot coming in. Oh, and off the line by Jordan Ibe. Bakuna. Carlos Hill playing it back. And Richards is there. Still desperate defending here by the Clarets. Still a little chip back. And it's off the post. And still not away yet. And still Bakuna over the crossbar. Hit the post, Miller. That was I don't know who had the header there, but I think it might have been Callum Wilson who hit the post. But certainly Bakuna had the final touch and it went over the crossbar. Heaton's kick. Stone, we await the first goal. Bertrand with the header. Now here's a chance for Wilson. Carlos Hill. Villa really not giving the visitors anything at the moment here. Carlos Hill's had plenty of the ball. And still keeps possession amazingly. Here's Sanchez. Might have chipped in there, but it's an easy one there for Tom Heaton, who tries to get Burnley on their way this time. They haven't really had a shot yet to test the Villa goalkeeper at the other end. Here's Joey Barton. And Ings. Ings with a shot. Oh, what a save by Sakic. Well, Ings trying to repeat the trick of a week ago against Watford, where he got the first of 3 super goals, but Sakic was up to the mark again. Both goalkeepers, I have to say, have had fantastic matches today. So a corner to Burnley. Bentaleb with it. Going with a header. Bertrand getting away just almost off the line. Barton is in there. And the ball will break here for Sissoko. And that's a foul. 10 to go, and it's going to be Keane here. Will he go in the book for that? Yes, he will. Well, he had to do something to make sure that Ali Sissoko didn't get too far. And Suzuka wanted extra retribution here. If Keenan had intervented, I think Suzuka would have been on his way down that near side. So 6 minutes to play here at Villa Park, and still 0-0, but it's been a cracking 0-0 for what it's been worth. Unless a goal can be found in the remaining minutes that remain. And Hughes might go all the way through. Hughes! Yes! He's won him right at the end! Burnley have soaked up all the pressure from Aston Villa. They've hit the crossbar twice, Villa. They've hit the post and have been made to pay by Will Hughes. The defence was nowhere to be seen. Hughes exploited the gap and smashed it past Sarkic and into the back of the net. And Burnley here have snatched a victory from what it could have possibly been a jaws of defeat. And that is relief for Burnley, because they have been under the cosh right from the word go. Villa have done all the running, and it's a lead maybe Burnley don't deserve on the balance of it. But when Villa didn't take their chances at 0-0, I had half a suspicion they may get punished, and my goodness, Will Hughes has punished them for it. But here's Callum Wilson. Villa aren't finished yet. Carlos Hill with the cross. And Heaton holds on. And a good throw out to the Benelab. Knocks it forward. Girl is there. Barton. Inks. Just playing it into the corner. Nothing pretty now for Burnley. They know now that if they can just defend from the front, they've won the game. But it's been an ugly victory for Burnley, who had to survive a lot of pressure from Aston Villa, who in Bury are very unfortunate to lose. Tom Heaton had his crossbar hit in the first half by Zopia, and then I think Wilson hit the post throughout the second half, but the winning goal came 2 minutes from the end. A brilliant goal from Will Hughes, went through the middle and smashed it in, and Villa are beaten, and Burnley perform a smash and grab raid in North Birmingham today. The final score then at Villa Park, as Burnley continue their good run at the moment, is Aston Villa 0, Burnley 1. Well, that was well, it's a win. A win's a win, I suppose, for us today. You know, it wasn't a vintage performance by us by any stretch of the imagination. I thought Villa were very, very unlucky, to be fair. They actually played very, very well and deserved a bit more than what they got, a 1-0 defeat. So let's see what that means now as far as the league table is concerned, because this is important here. These games being played over the 10th and 11th. In fact, there's still a couple of games still to go. In fact, we'll play the Monday night. There's 2 games to be played tonight, so we'll get them played. Right, so we'll get them played now. So we'll have a look at how each and every team got on in that round of games. Here we are, started of course at Villa Park, where, well, as you saw, Villa, who played very well, were beaten well by 1-0 by the Clarets. At Stamford Bridge, Chelsea beat plucky Stoke 2-1. United keep up the pressure on City with a win over Newcastle United. That's Newcastle's first defeat in quite a while, actually. Liverpool 1-1-0 at Norwich. Tottenham and Sunderland drew 2-2. Swansea Everton 0-0. Watford 0, Middlesbrough 1. So Middlesbrough picking up a bit of form now. Big shock here at the Etihad Stadium, and West Brom have really turned up the heat on Aston Villa, because they have beaten Man City by 0-0, and that's a great result for us, as you'll see in a moment with the table. Southampton and Cardiff finished 1-1, and finally West Ham 1, Arsenal 1. And just quickly for the next matches, the fixtures for the next matches are as follows. Burnley against Norwich, as you'll see that with us in the next YouTube video. That's episode 35. Everton against West Ham. Liverpool against Man United. That's probably the main attraction of the fixtures at the moment. Middlesbrough against Aston Villa. Newcastle against Southampton. Spurs against Swansea. Stoke against Sunderland. And West Brom against Watford. And the 2 Sunday games, another attractive game. Arsenal against Manchester City, and finally Cardiff host Chelsea at the Cardiff City Stadium. That's the fixtures for next week, but this is the table as things stand this week, and it's the gap now is 6 points. Burnley top by 6 points, and I've reached that 40-point mark that we were earmarking to do at the start of the season. I didn't think we'd do it after 16 games, but we've won 13 out of 16, drawn 2, lost 1. That was to Cardiff City, of course. City have had a bit of a blip, obviously. We made 6 points. United now go level on points. Lewis Van Gaal standing to get himself slowly away. Newcastle stay 4th, but now Swansea are 3 points further back. Chelsea struggling in 6th. Spurs and Liverpool there. 3 big teams there struggling really. Stoke a creditable 9th. Southampton a creditable 10th. Arsenal now 13th position. 5 points above the drop zone. And that defeat for Villa, in point of fact, moves them into the relegation zone, because West Brom have scored more goals, and that's why West Brom are out of the bottom 3. They're on the goals scored. Middlesbrough stay second bottom, but they're picking up some good form. West Ham picked up another point and stay bottom, but they're starting to creep up points wise. Let's have a quick look as well, as we're getting towards getting towards the halfway mark in the Football League. As you know, QPR top from Crystal Palace in 2nd place. Leicester 3rd, only on goal difference. Leeds, Hull and Fulham complete the playoff picture. Bournemouth is far down as 12th at the moment. The bottom 3 are Huddersfield, 2 Yorkshire rivals, Huddersfield and Bradford, with the MK Dons propping up the rest. In League 1, Birmingham not pulling away at the moment, but they are top, point ahead of Bristol City, who in turn are a point ahead of Millwall. Peterborough, Colchester and Luton complete the top 6 picture in the players as far as the playoffs are concerned. Chesterfield and Bury lurking there in 7th and 8th, with Walsall, Walsall in 9th place. At the other end of the table, the bottom 4, it's very tight down there. Northampton and Gillingham just out of the relegation zone, but in the bottom 4 at the moment are Southend, Swindon Town, Rochdale and Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, Burton Albion. In League 2, it's Cambridge United who are top, Blackpool in the 2nd automatic promotion spot as 2nd, and Leyton Orient are in the 3rd automatic promotion spot, a further couple of points behind. Scunthorpe, Bristol Rovers, Mansfield and Fleetwood are in the playoff spots. And at the bottom end of the table, Newport and Crewe are the bottom 2. Aki and Morecambe at the moment struggling at the moment. And that is the Football League. Just to bring you up to date with what's happening in the other leagues in Europe, our first stop is the French. PSG top of the group, top of the table. Monaco is 2nd. Lyon completing the top 4. At the bottom, Soch, Guingamp and FC Conajo are bottom. In the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich have a 3-point gap from Bayer Leverkusen. Dortmund are further 2 points back. Borussia Mönchengladbach are 4th. At the wrong end of the table, 1 to go down for sure, and that's looking like Bochum at the moment. Freiburg are in that relegation playoff spot, and that's always a bad sign at the moment. In Italy, Inter Milan lead AC Milan by a point. Juventus a further point back in 3rd, so it's very tight there between 3 teams there. Roma 4th only on goal difference, then comes Sassuolo, Napoli and Lazio. At the wrong end of the table, the bottom 3 rather being cut adrift now, because there's probably an 8-point gap from Capri, who are in 17th, and then you've got Bari, Modena and Empoli propping up the rest. And finally, let's check Spain. We've got surprise leaders there. Valencia yet to lose a game, in fact. They've got 35 points. Real Madrid have still to lose a game at the moment. They've got 33. Then comes Seville and Atletico Madrid. Barcelona really struggling at the moment, down in 5th place. Bottom 3, Deportivo La Coruna, Malaga and Almeria are the bottom 3. Levante just out of the bottom 3 on goal difference, although Granada are in serious trouble, and so too and Alexa Getafe and Real Zaragoza as well. Well, that brings us to the end of episode 34. I hope you very much enjoyed it. Well, I certainly have. The next match is against Norwich City on the 17th of December. Hope to see you for that one. Keep subscribing and keep liking, and honestly, remember the 100 subscribers incentive. You'll get a behind the scenes tour from me and how I make the videos. But until then, have a good week, and we'll see you on Saturday for the Norwich match. Take care.